last session, you guys you got to the Dracotech mining facility, ice mining station, and you tried like almost every avenue that y'all attempted to gather information. It failed miserably. You guys reached out to underworld contacts, and then what turned out to be what you thought would be a good, smooth attempt at finding someone that might know how to find Charlie Fontaine. You ended up finding someone that was good friends with Charlie Fontaine and was about to bring harm to you, in fact, and that almost went sideways until someone played an adventure card, and the police showed up to try to collect a bounty on them, or bring them in to justice, and then that saved your skin, Duncan, and Spencer also tried to hack the security system. Hack the network of the security office, and that failed miserably. The ability to do it was just beyond his skill level. And then, but also when Arthur and Spencer set forth into the ice mining station, you guys ran into two people that, was definitely a throwback for Arthur. He ran into Jules Leibowitz. I don't know if you'd call it a girl from his past in our adventures. Who is I don't know if you've noticed, but she's definitely taken a liking to you. And your mother, who you previously had thought was in jail at the moment, but instead now she's doing research again for Dracotech. So yeah, she's back to doing business for this terrible, terrible company, or at least in your opinion, terrible company. And at least ethically speaking. But you guys are here to find Charlie Fontaine, to bring justice or vengeance. I don't think you guys have settled on which one. I don't think you give a shit which one.
It's vengeance for sure.
Oh, it's definitely vengeance. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's where we're settled at, is finding vengeance for Levi Roosevelt's death, and bringing him down. And he's stationed here somewhere because you came and saw him before, and him leading you. I'm getting backfeed. The hell?
Yeah, for some reason it's coming out of Matt.
Is it just my mic?
I think he fixed it.
Okay.
It's good now.
I think he's muted. I don't think he fixed it. I think it's just muted. We're still getting hissing.
Yeah, a lot of feedback and scrambling from you, Matt.
You might just need to unplug your headset and plug it back in. Try that. That's the typical IT solution, right?
Turn it off to the back end.
Yeah, pretty much. And
testing. How about now?
Hey, it fixed. Do what I tell you. I qualify for an IT position, say. Entry level, at least. Anyways, so yeah, your characters are here to get vengeance because his actions led you, his information led you to Antoine Shelton. It led you to Felici System to find Alice Hanover, along with your captain, Levi Roosevelt. But Dracotech team followed in pursuit of you. And all of this led to the death of your captain. So I think I've caught us up with a recap. So anyways, this is Claim the Stars, our Savage World sci-fi campaign. We're about 38 sessions in now. We've been playing a pretty good while now. And so I'm going to throw it over our players and just let them introduce themselves real quick. And we'll start with Matt, actually. We'll throw it over to Matt first. Matt, you got your mic sorted out? You want to tell us who you're playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Arthur Haeckel. He is a young scientist and inventor, and he has some family issues that have been haunting him. It seems like they are coming back. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, he's definitely got some family issues. Your mom is here researching nearby, and you actually put a tracker on her successfully. And before I throw it over to someone else real quick, Matt, you still have a little bit of crackle on your mic. I just heard it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not hearing myself anymore, and like a lot of and hissing, but there's a little bit of crackle. So, and we'll switch it up a little bit. Phillip, tell us who you're playing.
I'm playing Duncan McKenzie. He's a old-time smuggler and privateer pilot. He's been around for a long time. He's pretty old guy. Slightly crotchety all around. Just looking for some interesting stuff to do because he's done so much. So he's here.
This is definitely the crew that's doing interesting stuff lately. So, I mean, this is just old school vengeance in this episode or these last couple sessions, but usually it's definitely more interesting things. So, and Cliff, you can find him over at Quest and Cliffhangers, where he does not D&D anymore, right? D&D is
D&D
over.
still end of the month.
D&D till the end of the month, but then Savage Worlds after that, right?
Yep, Savage World starts up on the 4th.
Very cool. Very cool. Who are you playing?
Playing Aston Courtney, who is the heir to the Courtney Braxton fortune. They have a big company. They do a lot of like intergalactic. It's mostly like commerce, from what I can tell. Although he hasn't really got into the nitty gritty of the family business yet. He is the face of the group for the most part, the begrudged and kind of forced upon to be captain. But he has a short temper and he likes to shoot. And I just took the double tap edge. So
nice. So you can murder people even faster. So
correct.
Yes.
More efficient.
So yeah, he's our resident murderer. Yeah. So, but
always self-defense.
No, it's not. No.
Always self-defense.
Mm-hmm. However you rationalize it, old buddy. So, all right. Okay. So, all right. So we'll just pick it up like pretty much right where we left off the last session, with everybody else returning to the ship, and you guys having like. Actually, we won't pick it up right where we left off because I wanted you guys to talk about it in the CTS discussion a little bit. To kind of spitball ideas, and we'll assume y'all spent some time spitballing ideas together, and that's where the bennies and the I'm sorry, not the bennies, the advancement came in, right? And so you guys spent an hour or two, or maybe even a few hours, like just throwing some ideas out there against the wall and seeing what stuck. And so I'm going to look at the three of you and tell me what you guys collectively decided to do this session. As far as like, what do y'all want to do when you step off the ship?
So my thing is still if we can figure out some way to get him alone, go to his house in the middle of the night, something like that, I think should be the best thing to do. But I think no matter what we do, we're pretty much fucked at this point because we've all been kind of overtly out there failing miserably at everything we tried. So,
I know I went out there and was trying to talk around and find some leads, did that unsuccessfully. Did we all go out as a group in particular and do some networking to see if we could find out like where he is and all that kind of stuff?
No. So you went out. I think Aston is honestly the only one who hasn't done anything yet. You went out to find the information. When that backfired, Aston stayed with you on the ship when Arthur and Spencer went out, and that's when they got distracted with Arthur's mom. So I think Aston's the only one who hasn't actually left the ship to do anything, but I don't think in his current state of mind that him leaving the ship to go do anything is going to result in anything good happening. Because he's kind of like he's kind of like a shark in bloodied water right now, so.
Interesting.
One of the question is, how do we get that information then that we need?
Yeah, that is. And like I said, he's the only one that hasn't done anything, so it's gonna be him.
If we can, just go out doing some general canvassing, not necessarily with some of the seedy elements, but maybe in some of the bars or something like that. Or maybe even some of the security stations for that matter.
Yeah, we can try. I think the main issue that we face here is the fact that we are on Draco Tech soil, their territory, and we're investigating one of their own. So if I remember correctly, this entire like outpost is owned by them, right? Yeah. So like no matter what, like it potentially anybody we talk to could rat us out or could be in on it or could be. Yeah. But I'm willing to do whatever. Like I said, his state of mind at this point is basically like, fuck it.
Well, look at your adventure cards. And if you feel like you don't, if you feel like if you know there's one in the stack, right, it could be useful, and you don't have it, spin the beanies and draw for it. Because, like it's either that or like you just keep grasping for straws and wasting time, or wasting time at the table, or just leaving the base and come up with a different, mission or different plan. By the way, you do have other missions that you guys wanted to, follow up on the stories, but maybe the lead is just too hot right now.
I'll spend a penny to draw a new card. Draw a new adventure card.
Okay. All right, drop that Benny. I'll hand it to you.
At this point, I got nothing.
Yeah, if you don't have anything, might as well.
Still got nothing.
Yeah, so if we're just sitting around debating all this on the ship and we can't come to a concise answer, Aston will just end up leaving. Like, off the ship.
Well, I do have a card that will help us in questioning someone. So if we can find somebody with pertinent information, we should be able to make them spill the beans.
Is anybody else hearing a crackle on his mic, or is it just me?
Yeah, it almost sounds like what if you look on Discord, in the bottom left-hand corner where it shows like your video is connected, are you getting green bars?
I have green bars.
Because it almost sounds like it sounds when the latency hits. It's got kind of like that brrr sound to it.
I don't know. It's staying around 50 milliseconds.
Good.
I don't know. You guys can understand me though, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you guys see it, but my camera seems to be flashing as well. So I don't know what's going on with the inputs to my computer.
I did notice that. It did that a couple times.
Hey, thank you, roll call, about the link. I'll see if I can fix that. Figure out what's going on with that. I'm seeing that where it says the provided URL is not valid. I'll see if I can fix that.
If you got card for spill the beans, maybe we should go out and talk to some of the guards in one of the security stations. See if we can find out more about our friend.
Yep. Sounds great. Let's do that.
Yeah, you could just visit the security office. I mean, just call him out straight. I mean, at the worst case scenario. I mean, it would just be, yeah, it would bring a lot of attention to you. I mean,
Challenge him to a duel at high noon.
I mean, he's not exactly in hiding. So,
Does Draco Tech have any sort of trial by combat law?
no.
I like how you thought for a second, like, no.
Well, I was thinking about whether they might have a like a state of Washington law, where like two men, if they chose to like both of them agree to fight physically, and whether they both agreed to fight physically, if the police would involve themselves. I don't know if you knew the state of Washington actually had that, but
yeah, there's actually a few states that have it.
Oh, okay. I just thought the state of Washington was the only one that had it, but no. I'm going to say no on that. So because they're corporate citizens and they have a corporate interest in every person they employ, so they're valuable to them. So they wouldn't want their citizens to be beat up. Does that make sense? It's not like a normal citizen of a normal nationality, right? They have value to them. So
not to mention this is a security guard, so it probably doesn't look good if someone comes in and starts beating up the cops.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know we're onto him, right?
You don't know that. He critically failed his underworld contact search, his persuasion rolls. So.
Right. Well, he didn't before.
It's possible there could be a hunting party out looking for you guys as we speak. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if there's no other plan, heading straight to the office to see if he's in would be the dumbest, most
this is
surefire way.
This is coming from the same team who was talking about sending an armor bot in the security office like 2 sessions ago or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So. Hey, it's been a couple hours, Arthur. Do you want to look into what your tracking device on your mom?
Oh,
what happened to it?
Definitely.
So, I'm assuming the tracking device you succeeded on the repair check and to make it. So it's it's a pretty good tag. So the repair device was crafted, and it was, I'm going to say that it's connected to the communication system on the ship, right? So it can connect up to 1 astronomical unit away, okay, which is the ship's range of its communication system, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know what an astronomical unit is?
I don't remember how far it is, but
yeah, it's roughly the distance between the Earth and Mars, right? So, yeah, and if I'm recalling from my knowledge of astrophysics, astronomy. Anyways, but what it tracks is it's tracking that your mother got in some kind of ship or something and went to another location in space, stopped moving, and stayed at that location for a while. And it's continuing to track that location for a while.
Interesting.
Galactic booty call.
And you recall from her... I'm actually going to look that up because I may be misremembering that. Oh, roughly the distance from Earth to the Sun. Not bad. Equal to roughly 150 million kilometers.
Right.
Yep. Or 8 light minutes. Yep. There you go. Yep. About the distance of Earth in its habitable zone. So yeah.
All right. Well, I guess Arthur will make note of that location.
Oh, sorry, I was telling you. You remember her talking about her research, and overheard her talking about her research with Jules Lieblitz, and heard her talking about her research and saying that she was doing research on a moon nearby.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
All right, Ashton. What do you think? How immediate does this problem need to be solved? Because if we can't find them and handle them in a way that's not going to get you arrested, what's the point of this?
Me being arrested is not in my immediate concern. The way I feel right now is if he knows that we're after him, that they could just reposition him at some other outpost. We gave up the element of surprise. But as of right now, he's at least here.
Wouldn't it also be true that if he knew you were on to him, there would have been some sort of detail sent to the ship?
There may be one. He didn't know we were on to him until now, till today.
So I guess if we're going to act, we need to act soon.
That's my thought. But for you three, you don't have to be involved in this. Like I said before, you don't have to throw away what you have. Right industries.
Yeah, don't forget the moral clause.
But one way or another, I'm going to see him put to his end.
So, what kind of plan do you have?
Planning is not my thing. My plan at this point right now would be to walk in.
Does Astra Unum allow prostitution?
That's an odd question. Well, so does Right Industries have laws on prostitution? Is that what you're asking?
No, oh, sorry, not Astra Unum.
Dracotech?
Dracotech.
Given their laws on like their stuff on motion control and that kind of stuff. By the way, I was not expecting that question, so I haven't decided that in advance, so I'm just spitballing it. Given all their like normal stuff on like emotion control through like drugs and that kind of stuff, I'm gonna assume no, because they already try to take processes to try to like control their population. They would be the kind of population that they would probably be the kind of company that would probably restrict through like removing prostitution or making it illegal. I would imagine. So
my thought was we could find a beautiful woman or whatever he's into to go and seduce him, bring him out, or ask him out on a date, whatever, to get him where we want him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean he doesn't partake anyways, even if it is illegal. So.
True.
Right, we've already established that he kind of has seedy connections
Right.
outside of, selling out his friend.
Unless he's a happily married man, in which case.
Y'all know jack shit about him right now. So.
Well, it does seem like at this point, without unless Ashton's going in through the front door, so to speak, any of our ideas involves gathering some information.
Yep. And Aston's open to whatever suggestions you have. It's just he already has this contingency that if nothing else happens, then he'll walk off the ship and you guys can fly away. To that point.
Oh, wow. So you're not even willing to wait to do it later. You're just going to solve it now, huh?
Yeah, he's kind of made that, like I said, this is pure vengeance at this point.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Vengeful is a major hindrance I have. So it
is
going down right
now.
now.
He's right. He's right. And if he's right.
So I could just see him sitting on the ship talking right now, and he has an impact pistol just on the table in front of him. He's just sitting there like...
So I will help you guys out a little bit. So there is some basic information you guys can probably just find about him. Just from just doing basic lookup on just employee searching, right? From Dracotech. But you have to connect to Dracotech's network, which would mean connecting your vessel to the Dracotech network. All you'd have to be is be like, okay, the Griffin, connect to the Dracotech network and just do a search, and you could look it up. However, you would be opening your ship to the Dracotech network. They would know that you've been on the Dracotech network, you've searched for him, and that kind of stuff. Unless you did a hacking way and that kind of stuff like that. And we've already determined that Spencer is not able to defeat the network, So I mean, you can just search this kind of stuff. You can figure out he's an employee of the security office. You can determine do a Google search on him essentially and figure out more information about him essentially with a what is that skill?
Electronics.
No, it'd be research skill. Yeah.
They have terminals on the station, right? Could we not use one of them to essentially do a...
To use terminals on the station, you have to, without hacking, you have to do it. You have to enter your ID badge or whatever, your ID number for a Dracotech employee.
So mechanically speaking, I certainly don't want to try and, use my streetwise and connect with the underworld to find stuff. But can I just go out and do some general canvassing and just ask, do little questions around some other security guards and see if we can find the information?
Yeah, as long as you're using a different avenue, you're not going to the same kind of contacts and that kind of stuff, you can do that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll go out again. Then it just
you just wouldn't have access to your streetwise bonus and that kind of stuff like that. And you'd just be making a different kind of persuasion roll. So.
Yeah, I'm willing to go out and do some canvassing again to see if I can find out some information about where this lad might be. I think I'll stay away from some of the seedier elements, though. It doesn't seem to be very such a smart thing to do in this area right now.
Okay, you going alone this time again?
No, I'm gonna go with him.
Wants to come with me.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, what about Arthur and Spencer?
I would certainly give Aston kind of a side glance, going, "Are you sure you should be going off the ship just yet?"
Dressed like that.
Hey, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's talking. Pick up the gun and look at it.
I'm pretty good at talking as well.
Okay.
Well, then I'll sit back and let you do all the talk. Let's go.
Very cool.
Are you coming, Arthur?
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking of maybe pretending to be a mechanic or something, handyman, and seeing if I could see anything around the security offices. But they probably wouldn't let me in. So, yeah, I think I'll go with you.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so if you guys are canvassing and talking to like security guards or whatever, then I'm gonna say that's gonna be more difficult, just because the security guards and stuff like that are a tighter community and they're gonna protect their own, right? So, they're gonna keep an eye on each other, right? So if you start asking around about Charlie Fontaine, it's gonna be more difficult. So I'm gonna say it's a -4 difficulty. But since you guys are supporting each other out there and trying to help each other in this, and you're going together, then that's going to make it a little bit easier, right? So,
Well, I have a card that makes the person spill the beans. So,
well, there you go. Okay, so what does that do?
it's literally called Spill the Beans.
Oh, well, there you go. The subject of your questioning tells you everything you want to know, whether by friendly, persuasion, intimidation, or force. Okay, so this is definitely not going to be persuasion, I'm going to say. So it's going to have to be intimidation or force. I'm going to let you guys decide, right?
I think the route we should probably go is try and talk our way to an answer, and if he doesn't give it, I'm sure Ashton is going to go ballistic and force the guy to spill his beans.
Nice.
I'm very persuasive, though.
Yeah, the vengeful sets in, right? Like
The vengeful set in fully.
Right.
His demeanor is completely just blank right now.
So this is what happens, right? So you guys go to a security guard, right? And you find one of the security guards, and it looks like it's going to be a similar situation as last session, right? Like you found someone, and it's going to turn sideways. Huh?
Can we hold off on playing the card just yet and try and talk away into things?
Well, he already played it, so it's already played.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So what happens is what happens is this guard is just, he's not only reluctant, and he says, Charlie already knows you're on the look for him. He already knows about you.
Well, that's good. That'll give him a head start to run, since how he seems like the cowardice type anyways. So is it him, or is this a trait of all of the Dracotech employees? Do you all just sell out your supposed friends and then cower behind forces?
No, we're company men. We have a duty to uphold.
So you would sell out your friend for the company?
Look, I know about what happened. Alice Hanover was AWOL. She had to be brought to justice.
Yeah, you guys did a great job with that, didn't you?
If it wasn't for your friends being in the way, we would have.
Well, friends are just obstacles to you guys, I see, huh?
Says, if you're wanting help from me, you're not going to get any. Well, this is when your intimidation's going to have to step in. So.
Oh, I'm just going to pull my gun out and put it under his chin and push him against a wall and just say, okay, seems how friends are just obstacles. Why don't you go ahead and sell out your friend for the greater good here? Cock the hammer.
And you see, of course, both, like, all three barrels, right, shift.
Yep.
And you see a round, like, chamber into all three barrels of the impact pistol, and his eyes kind of widen, and he says, "Look, I am a company man, but I still have a family. It's like you're just a reckless freelancer. I'll tell you what you need to know.
Good. So at least family, dear, still.
Well, there is a hierarchy. He says, look. Yeah, I know where you can find Fontaine.
Okay.
What, are you gonna barge into his house? Gun down his family on the way to him? Is that how ruthless you are?
That's going to be up to.
Well, look, he's at work right now. On security office sub-level 1.
And,
Sorry, GM messed up. Sub-level 2.
and just for good measure, what's his home address?
You're gonna stoop that low?
I'm not even going to reply to him. I'm just going to keep staring at him.
He says level 1, section 11. Look for Fontaine.
And I'm going to look at his badge, read his name off of it. Is anybody else here while I'm doing this?
There's just like civilian passerbys and that kind of stuff. And I'm assuming you got him up against the wall so you don't, so no one sees
I mean,
him.
like from the crew. Like, did the crew like join me on this soiree, or are they kind of like staying back?
It's up to the crew. I'm assuming though, when support roles and that kind of stuff, you guys all went out together. It's up to them if they're with you in that direct conflict with this guy, though. So.
If he's going, when I see certainly the look on his eyes where he starts going ballistic, I'm certainly going to walk away.
I think Arthur's going to keep a lookout. I mean, he's still in the vicinity.
Yeah.
But
got it.
Yes.
Got it.
All right. So as soon as he tells me Fontaine's home address, I'm gonna look down at his badge and get his name off of there.
Okay.
Say.
All right.
And just in case this doesn't check out, paying you another visit at home.
Do these guards have like cards that get them places? Like security cards?
They're kind of like Riot Industries. They probably have only have security cards if they have like for religious reasons. Most of them probably have like implanted chips. So.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably search them if you want. So.
What would we roll for search? Just notice?
Yeah, like a notice roll.
Might as well see what he's got.
Okay, so a notice roll to search him comes back with you find a comm link. Probably has like a comm link that's attached to his ear, one of those kind of comm links, and then a PDD separate. That's just a company PDD, not his own personal PDD, and then of course a sidearm, and then. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? So.
Check his prison pocket.
You check his prison pocket.
So.
So what are we going to do with this guy so he doesn't rat us out immediately?
Well, I think that he's thinking about his family right now. I'm saying this loud enough so he can hear it, by the way. I think he's thinking about his family right now. He wouldn't do anything stupid like that.
Kind of just both looks at you because you still got the pistol on his neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say anything in that moment. He's just locked eyes with Aston.
And then I'll pull the pistol away and I'll just kind of gesture my head in a direction, basically telling him to scram.
All right. You didn't take his sidearm away from him, did you?
Nope.
Okay. Or his comm links or his PDDs?
Well, that's up to if If
Yeah, I'm
Arthur
asking.
did any
I'm
of that.
asking Arthur. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Okay. Were you hoping to find an ID card?
Ah,
You can
I
spend
mean,
a
that
you can spend a Benny and say that he had an ID card if you want.
I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay.
So would it be spirit, like a role for just general like mental cognitiveness right now?
Sorry, spirit for what?
Like like to see if I'm still thinking straight.
Like to see if if you're being too reckless or whatever, to see if you're holding your wits and resolve and you're not
Yeah.
kind of losing your cool. Yeah, I'd probably spirit. Yeah.
Wow.
Calculated motherfucker. So after he leaves, I'm gonna look at Arthur and say, if we can prove that Charlie Fontaine directly led to the death of Levi, does Wright Industries have any sort of extradition clauses that we can arrest him, civilian arrest him, and bring him in for trial there?
Would Arthur know? I mean, he can make a common knowledge roll.
Yeah, that'd be a difficult one though. I'd say that'd be a -4 for you.
Okay. Oh. No idea.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, you didn't become a lawyer on Wright Industries extradition laws when you became a citizen. So.
I could research it back on the ship, but
Can
Certainly at this point, I think a clock is ticking now.
can Spencer do a support role for the common knowledge role? Because they were the two that kind of got the awarded citizenship.
Can Spencer do a what now?
Support role for the common knowledge. Seems how he'd be here in this conversation to see if he recalls. I know he'd have to get like an 8 at this point. To
He's got a
make it
4,
worthwhile.
so he probably wouldn't be able to do it. But yeah, sure.
Okay.
He gave you +1, but that wouldn't be enough to make the difference.
Yeah.
So no.
No worries.
It probably wouldn't apply though because Levi wasn't a Wright Industries citizen.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess we're back to.
He always worked as a contractor and a dear friend.
Yeah, the dear friend thing is kind of what I was relying on. If we knew that he might be able to pull some strings, as you know, the galaxy's richest man, I'm sure he could probably do a few things. But all right, well, get everybody back together and say, well, we can storm into the lion's den, or we can pay a visit to his family. Whatever we do, we have to do it quick before they have a chance to react.
By the way, I had prepared for the opportunity for you guys to storm the lion's den just in case that happened.
well, I've got some armor I've been tinkering around with back on the ship that could come in handy. Assuming the GM approves.
Which armor? The armor bot?
Yes.
You lost one armor bot, and then you were trying to fix another one, weren't you?
And I was going to tie his weird science powers to the armor bot.
What do you mean by tie it to the armor bot?
Well, like because it's supposed to be that he created like a weapon or something. That a device that blasts plasma, that sort of thing. So I was just going to say they're modules on the armor bot. Well, I don't have to. Just wear them like an Iron Man suit or something.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how the power works. If that's how the power works. I don't know how that. I have to see the power. Each individual power works differently. So, does that make sense? You'd have to look at the powers. I'd have to remind myself on. Let's look at the powers.
Duncan.
Sorry,
Duncan
go ahead.
Doesn't have a loyalty hindrance, so he's not inclined to storm the lion's den, especially as a smuggler. That kind of goes very, very much against what he believes in. And he probably wouldn't accompany you if that's what you wanted to do.
That's completely understandable.
It is highly risky.
That being said, I imagine going to his family's home, Duncan probably doesn't like this a great deal, but maybe convincing somebody at home to call this guy to have him come home because there's a family emergency of some kind, and see if we can get him to come home alone, off hours. That might be a better route to go.
I mean, if Duncan suggests it, at this point, like I said, Aston will agree to whatever you want to do because he already has his mind made up that at the end of the day, he'll go back to Plan B at the end of the day, you know. So if you suggest it, he'll go with it.
I mean, we'll know where he's going when he gets off, so we can kidnap him at that point.
Well, if he has a family, yeah.
Yeah, but there'd be no telling if he's going to hear about this before he gets off of work.
Oh, he's definitely going to hear about it before he gets off work.
So maybe seeing if we can't get a family member to call to say that there's some sort of family emergency to get him to end his shift early before he hears about it might be the more sensible route to go.
Yeah. Worth a shot.
Yeah, you guys have a way to do that. Sure. You'll have a way to make that phone call and convince him to do that?
Well, we're hoping that when we go say hello to his dear family that they'll be willing to comply to our request.
Oh, so this involves, like, going to his house and holding his family hostage and... Okay. All right, okay. Got it.
Sounds so negative when you put it that way, Shane.
Well, that's pretty much what it is, but okay. All right, okay. Got it.
Arthur is not very comfortable with the direction this is going.
I've given everybody an out, and if anybody takes the out, there is no hard feelings. Like Aston is of somber mind enough to know that what he's doing is stupid, potentially suicidal. But he knows in his mind that this needs to be done. And whether you want to help or if you guys wanted to leave or do anything like that, like he still has it in his mind that this needs to be done.
Okay, so real quick, Arthur. Sorry, just to jump in real quick. It seems to me like the arcane background, weird science, essentially means that because you don't get the artificer edge by default anymore, you have to purchase it. And the artificer edge is basically what allows you to be able to give your devices to other people.
Right. I wasn't planning on giving it to anyone. I was planning on wearing
the problem is that the armor, while you're wearing the suit, for sure you can use your devices. I'm just saying that, like, remember how the armor bot was set up before, where like it would be a bot on its own.
Act on its own. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that wouldn't work now. I'm just letting you know that wouldn't work with your devices. I'm just letting you know. Got it.
Just the base functionality would work for the bot like normal.
So it would be basically like before. You're just holding the devices while you're in the armor. Sorry, I need to stop calling it armor bot. So I'll just change the name of the NPC to. Actually, I'll just take away the NPC. It will not be the armor bot anymore. In fact, you guys haven't. In fact, since Levi's not around anymore, no one has modified it to be an armor bot yet, have they? Because Levi was the one who did that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I was going to
Go
say Levi's armor bot got
Stolen, yeah.
stolen.
So
But
this
we
is
have like an emergency loader bot.
yeah. It was the first responder unit bot,
Right.
but like but it was only a bot because it was only a bot at that moment because it was being taken and controlled by Devin. Normally, it's not a bot. So,
meaning it doesn't have any sort of
doesn't have-
autonomy normally.
yeah, it doesn't have any autonomy normally.
Okay. But somebody
So-
could still wear it.
Yes.
And, okay.
So I'm just gonna take it off as an NPC, and you could just wear it like normal. So,
Okay. That sounds fun.
Yep. Okay. Anyways, I want to make sure you're clear on that. Okay, cool.
Got it.
All right.
Sorry, I meant to talk to you about this
No, that's no problem.
during the week, and I keep forgetting.
Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt your conversation. Go ahead.
Less morally questionable routes is we could just wait for him, ambush him on his way home from work, or we could cause an emergency at his house that he may leave work early to come and try and help out with. That doesn't involve threatening lives directly.
I'm really persuasive.
That was very clear with the security guard.
I mean, I'm not keeping score or anything, but it got us further than your attempt did.
And now we're a team here.
Him saying that's the first time that you've seen him smirk or smile, basically, since we landed on planet. Take that for what you will. I think
Maybe
that if we wait for him to get off, at bare minimum, he's going to have some sort of security detail with him.
how difficult would it be for us to spoof a call from, say, his wife to the office, pretending there's an emergency?
Spoof a call.
Let me hear your falsetto voice.
Honey, please come home. Something's happened to little Jimmy.
It'd be great if we knew anything about
you
the
don't.
wife.
You haven't done a research roll or anything like that to learn about him or his family or anything like that. So I mean,
He may
at
not
this
even
point,
have
like
wife.
a -6 difficulty. Yeah, he could be gay, and I mean, it could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
like we don't.
Yeah,
His family.
He
could
just
be
said his
a husband
family.
and 2 cats.
So-
Like we don't know what.
I mean, if this setting had like late aliens, he could be pansexual. So I mean, so
Yeah, I mean, going to the house is definitely the low blow attempt.
honest, I hate to say this, but Aston's plan has the most highest success rate. So
Whatever. Like I said, I'm fully prepared to just walk right in. Because if I remember correctly, the office that he worked in, like it was a small security detail. Getting in there and doing shit doesn't seem like it would be that hard. Leaving probably really difficult, but getting in there and like locking the door behind us, I think that we'd be able to do something. But like I said, I'm not. This isn't me planning like, all right, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna head back to the ship. Like I'm gonna do this, and then we'll figure out what happens afterwards.
let me just talk to Cliff for a second, not the rest of you, and not to Aston. If you're at odds about how to convince them to about what to do, or if you think your idea will work, but they're on the fence morally about what actions to take, the best way to do it would just be like, hey guys, we're not going to do it. But just we're going to convince him really hard that we're going to do it. Does that make sense? Only Aston has to be willing to do it. Does that make sense?
Right. And
But,
really,
yeah.
that's kinda, but the whole thing is though, he's not trying to paint a different picture than what this is.
Yeah.
And that's why he's very adamant about if you guys
Yeah.
want out, say you want out.
Yeah.
But really, it's kind of like, if you guys have any plans whatsoever, suggest them. I will take it. We'll do that, and we will work that part out.
I mean, I'll kill your character, and we'll make another one. Sure. I mean, I'll kill.
Hey, as long as you let me get that bullet into Charlie Fontaine's brain before you do.
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything.
Well, no, but let's be real. With my shooting skills, I mean, if we get within range of it,
yeah, the odds
I'll
of
be able to
yeah,
do
if you get the action card first, sure, yeah.
So yeah, so that's all
Yeah.
I'm saying is that
Yeah.
like, and really at this point, I mean, if it turns out to be like this is how Asta dies, and then I feel completely okay with that. This is a way that his character would go out. Like, this is him playing towards everything that he's always been towards it, and the vengeance part has always been something we've been able to kind of resolve in the moment.
Yeah.
This one we haven't been able to resolve, so this has been like a snowball effect boiling up, and like we're here now, so he's not leaving until this is done.
Yep.
Or he's not leaving, like.
Hey, you can be a devastating killer machine if you put on that armor suit. So.
Also, per usual, all of my adventure cards are combat related. So whatever happens right now in combat wise, like I said, if I get in range of Charlie Fontaine, he's fucking dead. What happens after that, I don't know. But I will quelch the vengeance.
Nice.
So, as we're walking towards, it seems like we have to go pretty much towards the same direction to go either to his house or to his office. So
Yeah,
as
sure.
we're kind
So
of
on the
walking that
way, you
direction-
guys can figure out what's next. So.
Yep. So Duncan's idea definitely, if he has an idea of how to do this without threatening moral harm or mortal harm to his family, then that'll be great. And regardless of his current state, Aston is very
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I haven't been involved in a lot of illicit activities, like how okay Duncan is being morally ambiguous at times. Haven't quite decided. I don't think he'd be okay with killing anybody in the family. Might be okay with just threatening him. But I also think at this moment, he's not sure whether Aston would actually not kill family or not, just to get his vengeance.
What if we sort of split the difference where Aston persuades the family to make an emergency call, and then we intercept Fontaine on his way home, outside the house or something, so the family's safe, but Fontaine still gets his comeuppance.
Sounds good.
All
I
right.
would be more comfortable with that.
Okay.
Just, again, keep in mind that everything that we're doing right now jeopardizes everything that you have right industry.
Well, we have fake IDs. We didn't get one for the ship, did we? I don't remember.
I think we did. I think after that last
You did get a new sick, and you did get the what do you call it? Wiped and changed.
Okay.
The drive signature.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so you guys are on the way. So how are you guys? Do you got any ideas about how to like spoof a phone call to him or communication call to him?
Well, I think the idea was to actually go to the house and then persuade the family to help us.
Persuade them. Okay. All right. So yeah, you get to the house and you hit a button on the screen, or you can knock on the door, whichever one you want, to try to like get them to answer the door. What do you do?
I mean, we'll do the friendly knock.
Right. Okay.
I think it'd be off to the side a bit, kind of looking out.
Likewise.
All right. So they see nobody when they.
Oh no, I'm there.
Okay, so it's just one person instead of like a bunch of people at the door. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to be close enough that hopefully I can hear what's going on.
Okay. All right. So Aston's face is there when the vid screen comes on. They say his wife answers actually, and it says, "Hello, who is this?
Hi, Mrs. Fontaine.
Mommy, who is it? Shh. I'm answering the door, baby. Be quiet. But can I help you?
Yeah. We're old friends of Charlie, and I was stopping here, and we haven't seen him in a while. I wasn't sure if he was working right now or if he was home, so I didn't want to obviously bother him at work before stopping in to see if he's here.
Okay. Is he expecting you?
Well, no, that kind of ruins the surprise, doesn't it?
Oh,
We haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, this was a surprise visit. Oh,
Well, yeah. I mean, I would hope that if he knew that someone was coming, that he would let his wife know about it.
well, and so you're hoping to come in and wait till he gets here? I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. I would think he would told me about you.
Oh, my name's Levi.
Levi.
Yeah, we used to work together a while back. It's not a big deal. Like I said, this is just. I know he's still here. I know he's a lifer. He's going to be here working forever. He loves this. So I was seeing if he was home, I was going to stop in to see him. But if he's working right now, I can just go bother him in office. It's no big deal.
Okay, so this is something you can spend a Benny on right now and see if he has spoken or shared information to his wife and has told his wife about Levi Roosevelt in the past. It might be easier for you to get in the door. And if you want to do that, you can. Otherwise, you can just rely on a persuasion roll.
Yeah, let's rely on the persuasion roll.
Okay.
Let's see. 1. Ooh. So we'll go with the 7.
Yeah, since you get a reroll, since you get 2 rolls, then we could do that. So, all right. So yeah, she says, yeah, this is an odd situation, but I guess it's okay. Just give me a second, okay?
Sure.
And so the vid screen goes off. And so it's a couple minutes. And then the door, swishes open. And so she kind of just says, so he's going to be off in a few minutes. So I've put little Jesse up right now. So, and you said your name was Levi?
Yeah. Levi Roosevelt.
Okay. All right. At this point, are Spencer and Arthur and Duncan, are they trying to stay kind of like away from the door, or are they coming in?
I imagine we would have come up real quick and kind of talked about whether he wants as part of this or not.
You're talking to
I mean,
her about whether you're in part of this, or are you talking about Aston?
To Aston. While we were waiting, while he was waiting at the door for her to come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was a few minutes, I'd kind of like lower my head, kind of just looking down and talking to comms like quietly. Say, be ready for her to make a call and us be rushed before anything happened. And then when she actually comes to the door, I'd be surprised, like, oh.
Yeah. So when she comes to the door, and she sees she's Levi, but are the rest of you like still off out of the way of the door? Or the rest of you expecting to come in too?
Actually, I'm guessing since we're planning on intercepting, we should probably wait outside then, huh?
I was thinking Arthur would probably stay outside.
Yeah, because and if you're outside the door as well, she's like, who are the rest of your friends?
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. It makes sense that it would just be me there.
Yeah, so they've gone away, like they're not part of the same
Around
group.
the corner.
That's what I was asking. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking because then most women in that situation would just immediately switch the door closed. So yeah, and run for a 911 call. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's the answer I was trying to get out of you guys. All right,
Yep.
yeah, okay, all right, okay. So, and then you come in and she says, "Look, this whole situation is kind of strange." So anyways, yeah, so you can have a seat if you want to. So he'll be off in just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Can I get you anything while you wait?
No, I'm good, thank you. If you want, I mean, you know how he is with surprises. If you want to let him know that Levi is here, I mean, you're more than welcome.
To be honest, I already have. So
Okay. All right, perfect. Like I said, you know how he is with surprises.
yes, and he actually asked that you wait outside. I just wanted to talk to you briefly, real quick, and then but if there's anyone else with you, if you don't mind, just go ahead and wait outside, please. So
I'm already in the house, right? Sitting down on the couch.
no, yeah, she offered you a drink and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
So
All right, yeah, so no. Just me.
I just got a message to him. I couldn't get a hold of him directly. So
He's a busy man.
Arthur, do you know who this guy, what he looks like?
I've met him once before.
So you could recognize him if he comes. Yes?
Maybe.
Well, you're gonna
I
see
don't
the
know
large swarm of security people coming, so it'll be
That's-
easy to find.
Probably the case. Yes.
yeah.
How far are we time-wise from the ship? I'm just wondering if Arthur had time to go to the ship, get armor, and come back.
I assume, yeah. That's the kind of thing you don't know until you try to do it, right? You don't know how. Like, do you know where the security office is from here? I mean, that's the kind of thing, right?
Right.
So,
Okay.
You're about a 15-minute walk from your ship. So,
Okay.
So while you guys are doing that,
and she said, by the way, the last thing she said was, if you would, I've already contacted him. All I got was a message through to him, though. And but then if you would just take your drinks and refreshments and then just wait outside, if you would.
yeah. So as she says that, I'm gonna pull my gun out.
Oh my goodness! All right.
I'm gonna tell her to sit down. So
And she's over in the kitchen, by the way.
yeah, I'm gonna beckon her in and have her sit down, like kind of wave her in with the gun, like.
Okay, so when you do that, make a notice roll for me real quick.
Nope.
All right. And she comes, so she comes a little closer to you in the kitchen, and she puts her hands up.
And I'm not going to point the gun at her or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking. So, Mrs. Fontaine, I want to let you know that Levi was a dear friend of mine. And Levi was a friend, Charlie. At least that's what I was led to believe. And then Charlie sold Levi out, which directly led to his death. And I want you to know that I am here for Charlie. I don't want to harm you. I don't want to harm your child. But Charlie needs to answer for what.
Okay.
I apologize for the scare, and I apologize for everything that's going to happen. But you sending him the message that Levi's here is going to get the point across.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm still sitting here is I want to make sure you don't send a follow-up message until he gets here.
Okay. Would you please put away the gun now?
I'll lower the gun and I have it in my lap, just kind of down, but not put away.
All right.
Again, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, Arthur, do you run back to try to get the powered armor suit?
Yeah, he'll go ahead and he'll go for it unless Duncan thinks he shouldn't.
Is like the layout of the land is kind of like ship, security station, house. So he would essentially have to go past the security station to get to the ship.
No, he wouldn't have to go past the security station. So he just has to run back 15 minutes, which will be faster if he runs, of course.
Right.
But yes, he can go back to the ship and get a powered armor suit, which, by the way, has a higher pace than you. And yeah, roll call RP. That's because this is actually an ice mining station around an asteroid belt. But yeah, and the powered armor suit, if you're wearing it, has a higher pace than you do. So
yeah, my thought was if he's going to go to the ship, he probably would have left like immediately after arriving at the house.
Yeah,
Arthur would have taken off.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, if you want to do it, go ahead.
Yeah. Again, unless one of the other two are like, "Hey, that's not a good idea. He might get here too soon for you to be of use."
I figure if you're leaving right away, like right when he steps in the door, or whatever, I just I just put my hands up, leave it up to you.
I'll be more useful in a fight if I've got the armor. Plus, I've been wanting to try it, so I'll be right back. So yeah, Arthur will take off.
Ooh, we get to see an athletics roll now.
Okay. All right. So this is the powered armor. Stats for it. Did you see that pop up on your screen?
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Just add it to your equipment. Just make sure it's showing to be equipped because you now have heavy armor when you're wearing it.
Where is it going to land in my character sheet?
Should be under your armor. I didn't equip it to you. I just showed it to you, and then you drag it to your equipment.
Yeah, I dragged it in. Yeah, I had to be under the armor tab. Okay.
Oh, I probably should make it. Okay, weight doesn't affect total carried. Okay, good. All right, good deal. And then just make sure it's. Yep.
It is equipped.
Yep. You're right. You got it right. So now your armor is heavy armor.
All right. Should it have affected my pace, or is that?
No, I don't know how to do that yet. I don't really quite know how to do that yet. So you just need to modify it. So it'd be pace. So probably put power armor, and then put +2. There you go. I did it. All right. So your pace becomes. I did it manually for you. So now your pace is 8 when you're wearing it. All right. So there you go.
Cool. He is going to grab the samurai sword he's been holding since like one of the very early.
Oh, and also do this. Strength.
We're gonna see fucking Robo Arthur coming with a fucking samurai sword.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
I love it.
Oh, boost. There you go. Your strength is boosted by 1 die.
Oh, excellent.
Because first responder unit armor is meant to help you carry people away from the battle. So it gets a minor strength enhancement boost. So
excellent.
Yep. Okay. Now, so you're running back. Although I'm going to have to make you make an athletics roll to even get back on time. I'll give you a +1 bonus since your pace is increased. But it's going to be difficult to make it back in time. So -2 to the roll. So -1 total. So you can make it back before Charlie Fontaine gets there.
All right.
Just barely. All right. All right, now the GM needs to find a thing for this because this is going to be.
It's just gonna be a quick little conversation.
Yeah,
It's a little talk.
No, I don't think it's going to be.
Very simple.
Very simple.
One outcome.
Yeah.
Right, little chit chat. Nothing big going on.
Yeah, nothing happening here, right? Nothing.
I'm just sitting in his living room with his wife with a gun. And his kid in the other room.
Well, you were going to have it outside, right? Before I lay the map out. You said you were going to go out to have the conversation, right?
We said that. What Ashton does may be different.
Yeah, I just want to be. The GM wants to know what's happening.
So what I would do is so my plan in my head with this would be basically tell her to message him, come alone, because I'm in his living room. And if he doesn't come alone, then it's going to be bad.
Wait, you said you didn't. Wait, you said you didn't want her to message him again.
Well, yeah. While I was explaining it, I didn't want her to like send an SOS. This was a calculated move. And then what I was hoping is that everybody out would intercept him before he gets there, and then we would be outside. Yes. It all depends though. Like I'm sitting in the dude's living room right now.
Yeah, but is the plan for you to leave the living room, leave his house, and come out to beat him?
If we can intercept him, yeah. If he's coming with a whole group of people, then
well, your guys are outside though, so I mean they can message you to come outside.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
At this point, since Arthur left, and he has no idea what this guy looks like. He would clearly just be waiting there no matter what, unless there's like a whole group of security guards that are coming.
Well, Spencer's there.
if Arthur gets
Yeah,
back in
Spencer's
time,
there. He did make it back in time. He made the roll. He's gonna be back in time.
Yeah, and,
So-
and Spencer also knows what he looks like, so you're not in the dark.
okay, if he knows what he looks like,
Yeah,
and
so
probably
roll
if he
for
comes
us.
alone, if I see him coming alone, he doesn't know me from Adam, so I'd probably walk up and just as he's going to the door, come up behind him. If he's alone.
Yeah, if that situation presents itself. So let me lay out the cards first. Okay, lay out the scene first. Okay. So I just wanted to know I want to know what kind of map to draw up or to create.
Yep.
So I want to know whether I needed a residential area or whether I could just have like a hallway or whatever the fuck. So okay. Because those are very different things. You know, if it's just like a hallway type thing, we can use theater of the mind, but with a grid. Like just use like a backdrop, but then just put a grid over it. Because it is pretty basic type thing. It just say there's cover out there to hide behind. And then just...
I'm good with that.
Because it's just pretty plain. Does that make sense?
Quite fond of gray maps.
Say what now?
So I'm quite fond of gray maps. Fantasy Grounds blank template map. Pull out the pen, draw something on there if you need it.
Well, yeah, we just don't
theater
really...
map.
Yeah, we don't really need a lot. It's just...
Yeah.
There's no point in me searching forever and slowing things down. I can
Nope,
just
you're
put...
good.
We'll just find some cool background and just run with it. All right. Let's pop that up there. Just a new neat little background that's got less clutter on it. Maybe. And then I'll put a grid out there. We're in the middle of a fight right now, Gruber, so now would be a weird time to throw in ninjas. If you did do it though, it would just mean more security guards showed up.
Yeah. Please don't do that right now. It's already a suicide mission.
I mean, it wouldn't totally not make sense. I mean, it would totally kind of make sense considering Arthur just ran down the hall with a powered armor suit. So, like a bunch of security guards, but it's not Dracotech. So, I mean, it's like, what the fuck is going on there, you know?
What's
So-
that first responder got a samurai sword?
Yeah, he's running down the hall with a samurai sword. That's a good point. He's running down the hall with a samurai sword. That's a little different, right?
I mean, you don't know. Are you a doctor? He could need that samurai sword for something.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Look at the citizen. Emergency C-section.
All right, so I feel like that's grid is probably enough room for us to work with, and then we'll just put pieces out there, and so then we'll put you guys out there in the middle. And we'll just say up the top of the map right here is where you would come out the door.
Okay.
And then, like, parallel here is, like, the hallway, right?
Okay.
So, and it runs, like this is just like a hallway. And you come out the hallway, and then that's where... Actually, move that down a little bit so we got room on the... That works, yeah. Yeah. So you're inside the apartment and the rest of you guys are outside.
Yep.
So we'll put it a little further this way so we got room to go. So the rest of you guys are out here. And maybe Arthur's coming from this direction, right? On the map. he appears, and you said something about Duncan about kind of making yourself kind of maybe less seen, right? Maybe not hanging out with your friends, but maybe kind of making yourself visible or known because they wouldn't recognize who you were, right?
Yeah, I'd try and be like an inconspicuous bystander.
Right. Okay.
Making sure that Spencer and Arthur know to let me know this guy when he shows up.
This was a smaller scene, by the way. It's gotten bigger because of how you did it, by the way.
You're welcome.
So. So are you guys just going to open fire as soon as you see them in the hallway? Or is there going to be any kind of approaching or anything like that, or what? How does this work?
Well, my intention, if he was by himself, is to let him get past me.
He's not by himself.
About to go in through the door, and when he does, I would come up behind him and essentially stick a gun in his back to make sure that he doesn't do anything going in.
He's not by himself.
Yeah,
so you see a like a cadre, like a whole security team with him. You suspect that they are coming here to arrest you or kill someone.
That being the case, I would be planning as innocent bystander and let them go past me and create a crossfire when everybody else starts up some action.
you guys gonna like maybe let Aston know that there's a large group of forces coming this way?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So if I get word that
as soon as I would see a whole cadre going on, I'd go, looks like a whole squad of cavalry's here, gents.
take a long, deep sigh, grab the gun. This is fun. You have an opportunity right now.
Hold on before you start fucking monologuing. Give me a second. That's not how this is not how it's gonna play out.
Okay.
So I'm just stopping before you get started.
Shane, don't make me spend a penny to monologue.
Okay, would one of you guys care to draw a line completely? Because apparently, can I draw two lines at once? I don't think you can. Draw another line 5 inches down from that one, parallel to it. 5 inches down the grid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That is the hallway. That is the entirety of the hallway. Now, so what happens is Aston, did you make it out of the apartment before you got here?
Oh, no. I was sitting on the couch waiting for him. That was kind of the whole point. That's why I was telling her that I wanted to once I got.
I thought the idea is that you didn't want to have her in harm's way.
That was their idea. My idea was
okay. All right.
My idea was tell her to make sure he only comes alone, kind of insinuating that, hey, I'm sitting on your couch with your kid in the other room.
Okay.
And if that point didn't come across, that's where my monologue came in.
I don't remember you saying come alone. Did I miss that?
Well, no, I said my piece, and then we jumped over to Arthur's. I didn't get a chance to. When we hopped back to it, that's what I said. And you were like, well, I thought you said not to send a message. And I said, I told her to come out of the kitchen. She couldn't send the SOS.
Oh, I thought you said all of your piece.
No.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
I did remember that part that he was telling her to contact him to tell him to come alone.
oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole point of this was kind of a not so subtle threat of, hey, I'm in your living room with a gun. Your wife and your kids are within shooting range of me. Come alone, in a nicer way. And then if I get word that he has this whole platoon coming with him,
Well,
You
you
know,
wouldn't have
like-
gotten word of that. I mean, that's. Yeah, I feel like this was just a miscommunication because I didn't know that I was gonna have to. I didn't know I had to come back to you, so I didn't know that you were waiting on me to come back to you with information.
it's all
So
good.
I
We can
didn't-
play it out however we're doing it. But they would
Yeah,
let me know
I mean-
when they see the
yeah.
whole group coming.
Yeah, sure. We'll
Um,
just. It just seems like if I'd known that was your plan, he wouldn't have done that. I feel like I don't remember you saying that. Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
I can spend a Benny to retcon.
Okay. I just didn't remember that being said. Okay.
It's all gravy, man.
Was it
you're the
said?
boss here.
Was it actually said, or was I supposed to come back to you and then you were going to say it?
No, I said that. Both. I said that I was going to do that, but we kind of jumped ahead before I got a chance to do
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
So after we jumped ahead, I said
Oh, okay.
what my intention was to do
Oh, okay.
this, and then we didn't get to resolve it.
Okay.
So, like I said, you're the boss here.
Okay, this is what happens then. He stops there in the middle of the hallway. He does not come along. He stops in the middle of the hallway. And he says, Spencer, Arthur, I recognize the both of you. My wife recorded the entire conversation. You admitted to intending to murder and threatening my wife and my child. I only did my duty as a Dracotech citizen. And for me cowing to your words would only be treason. Give yourself up, Aston. We recorded you as soon as you entered that room, and my wife hit the button.
So, can I hear him? Like, is this something I can just talk loud enough where he can hear me?
He's saying it out in the hall. He's assuming that Arthur and Spencer would pass it on to you.
At this point, I'd be kind of like, especially from where you have the group at, I'd be kind of like throwing my hands up, kind of looking sheepish, walking back over this way, as if I'm trying to get out of a firefight that may be happening.
Gonna squeeze between those guards without being, like, just being a civilian and not being, like, noticed or whatever. Make a stealth roll, please.
I don't necessarily mind if I'm noticed, but I'm basically trying to act like I'm a citizen who doesn't want to get caught in a crossfire and is trying to get away.
Yeah, it's just that you're moving between them or whatever, as opposed to, like, fleeing the other way where there's, not guards in tighter formation. Most people run away as opposed to between the formation of guards. So
I wouldn't necessarily think that because they're talking to two like fugitives in front of them. I certainly wouldn't move towards the fugitives.
yeah, that's a
I'd
good
be
point.
moving-
That's a good point. All right, fair enough. Okay, so you move that way. Okay. All right. That was that, by the way, that GM beanie of the notice roll that you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I knew there was something. I thought it was going to be a gun that I was going to get shot by for sure, but recordings are good too. So yeah, so if anybody relays the message to me, I'm going to sigh. Like, I really wish you wouldn't have done that. Let him know that if he comes in here alone, that we can handle this differently. This is my only offer. Saying it to his wife.
He's looking at Spencer and Arthur the whole time he's broaching. Mostly Arthur, because he's in the first responder armor.
Oh, I guess we have to pass the message on.
Well, I said it to his wife, so.
No, his wife is passing it on. He's just looking at you because you're in powered armor.
Okay.
So he switches the door open and comes in.
So I have my gun kind of at his wife at this point. Because if he comes in brandishing a weapon, then, then it's going to turn different. Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to bullshit him first. And basically, as soon as he comes in, I'm going to say, under intergalactic law, Sect 4872, Article 7, I'm placing you under arrest for the events leading up to the murder of Levi Roosevelt under the jurisdiction of Wright Industries.
He's a security officer, right? I mean, he knows
Right,
law
but
better than you.
I don't assume he knows intergalactic laws. It's fine.
There's no such thing as intergalactic laws in the setting.
He doesn't know that. It's Wright Industries. They're big time players. I'm gonna do it anyway. This is my bullshit bluff. You tell me what I got to roll, and I'm gonna do it.
I don't think there is a role. That's the thing. They don't exist in this setting, and almost like everybody knows this. Like this setting doesn't have intergalactic laws. I think everybody in the setting knows this. That's the whole idea of the setting, is that it's like no
extradition anywhere. No one.
Yeah, there's extradition. Like
okay, so whatever verbiage I would need to convey that this is an extradition.
Okay, yeah, you might say like under corporate counsel. Yeah, under the corporate counsel, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you might could say like, yeah, sure, like corporate counsel, blah blah. He was a Wright Industry citizen. You could bullshit him and say he was a Wright Industry citizen. Like he is face. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you could use that. The whole purpose is basically to tell him that we're here to arrest him. If any of his men or anybody resists with it, that they are also brought under the litigation of this. That's gonna be my attempt at this bullshit. And if that doesn't work, then I'll have to go. All right. Here's the problem: is that up until now you threatened his entire family. So so I'm gonna say that this is a -6 in the persuasion, because I think that's as high as the difficulties get in Savage Worlds. Okay. So I'd make it higher if I could. I think that's as high as they go, because I mean it's just you kind of flipping and flopping on where he's like what it is. So at one point it was like I'm gonna murder your family, and if you don't show up alone, and now it's like I said that's like, still Plan B. So and now it's like we're gonna arrest you under Wright Industries extradition laws. So now it's so yeah, I'm gonna say it's a -6 penalty. That's completely understandable. Let me see one thing here. Not that one. All right. I am going to use. I'm going to use the Get Savage Adventure card, which allows me to grab any edge for the rest of the session, regardless of its requirement. Ooh, cool. I am going to take the Master Edge, which says character has mastered a particular skill or attribute. This increases the trait and its limits 2 steps. So it's D12 plus 2 now? Or no, it's... What is it now? It bumped me up to D12 for my persuasion. Nice. So 2 steps forward. So we're going to do D12 with persuasion. Temporarily.
and I'm gonna attempt my -6 bullshit.
Whew.
We're off to a great start.
Hey, that's an ace.
Not a good enough ace.
He says, Levi was always a freelancer. He was always free at heart. He wouldn't have been tied down to Wright Industries. I know that's bullshit.
Okay.
First you come in and threaten my family, and now you're trying to say this. You just want out of the pickle you've been in and put yourself in an Aston.
So I'm gonna say on comm, this is everybody's last chance. And then I'm gonna shoot his wife.
Okay.
Shoot,
Is this a
shoot
shoot
her
to
like-
kill? Is this a shoot to kill, or is this just a shooter?
Shoot to wound more than anything.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let you shoot to wound.
Yep.
All right.
And then immediately my aim is gonna go right on to Charlie.
Actually, real quick, the Master Edge, if that's what you took, what it does is it makes your wild die a D10.
It wouldn't have helped on any of the rolls that I had though.
Well, unfortunately, we've already played it out, so
Yeah,
and I want to
okay.
retcon how it played out. So
I'm gonna knock my persuasion back down to 8 too, because I don't think I'm gonna be persuading anybody the remainder of the session.
okay, all right. So so let's go ahead and I think that's going to cue combat. So I don't think there's any way around that.
No.
Joker for Spencer.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys hear gunfire inside his apartment, right?
I gave him the
And-
last out though.
Yep.
So I don't know if they're gonna take it or not.
All right, Spencer. What does Spencer do? One of you guys can play Spencer. What does Spencer do? Gunfire inside. The Dracotech security is immediately acting as they hear over their comm links as Charlie Fontaine shouts, "Take him down! Take him down!"
I mean, in these type of situations, doesn't Spencer normally do? Doesn't he have a attack that can get multiple people at once?
Who wants to play him? I mean, I'll just give him the card. Give him the character sheet.
I don't know. I mean, if nobody wants to, I'll do it. It's fine. But
Philip's probably the most. Yeah, sure. Philip's probably the most.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah.
and realistically speaking, I don't think Spencer would go until like Arthur does. Like he would check to see what everybody else is doing before he just went in.
Well, the Dracotech are all like raising weapons to fire. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, because they're getting. I'm just curious, Aston. Why didn't you just fire at Charlie since he was in the room?
Because he basically put every obstacle in front of me that he could to get me to this point. So at this point, it was just pure spite. Like, in my mind, he's going to die today, but he's going to die seeing this happen to his wife first.
Wow. Okay, that's who you become now. Okay. All right. Wow.
Like I said, this is snowballed. Like, all these thoughts have been building in his head for these however many months since Levi. And, yeah, he's not in a good state mentally.
Wow,
Right?
vengeful major. Okay. All right. Jeez. Okay. So what does the Spencer do? Is he going to hold his turn? Is he going to take an action? What?
I'm looking over his character sheet real quick. Get an idea.
Okay, then why don't we just hold and then you can come back to it since you don't know his character very well.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly would make a lot of sense.
So, Aston, what do you do?
What was my second card?
Oh, I forgot. Mark 2 is used. Yeah, that's right. You got 2 cards. Yeah, you got another card. Yeah. Oh, you're on the second card. Sorry, you got an ace of hearts and a 9 of spades.
Okay, I'll take the ace then. All right, then I am going to aim at Charlie, and this is not going to be a shoot to wound.
Right.
I am going to fully use the 3-round burst and everything with the new double tap, so I get to roll my attacks at a +2.
All right. Cool. Don't forget, if you're using 3-round burst, you get a +1 to shooting and a +1 to damage.
But it bumps it up to a +2 with double tap.
Okay. Got it.
We're going to do that. And I'm going to do that. Hit with a raise. And then I get to do +2 to the damage. And do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bullseye adventure card to double that damage.
Okay. All right.
Actually, no. Yeah, fuck it. I already did it.
All right. Yeah. Once you play the card, you got to play it out. So,
Yeah, actually,
so
well,
that
I'll
makes
do
the
this then.
damage. What does it make the damage? Then doubled.
1 second. Before I finish the turn, can I re-roll damage? I'm still going to use the card.
You can spend a Benny to reroll damage, yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to do that then. I'm going to re-roll the damage, and then...
But I mean, you have to take it whatever it's rolled at, yeah. So
What did I get? 1, 10, 2. Yeah, we can do better than
well, 10 is pretty high, because you aced that 10 to get it on that one die, so...
Oh, fuck it. Okay, that's fine. I'll keep the 16 then. So it'll be 32 damage.
Yeah, 32 is pretty good. Give me 4 in incapacitation. He's going to have to soak this. So he's going to spend a Benny to try to soak. Now he's going to spend a Benny to try to re-roll it. Okay, so he brought it down to 3 wounds instead of 4 with his re-roll. So he spent 2 Bennies already. He has the luck edge. So he has 1 Benny left. So he rolled with it and took a nasty one in the shoulder in that neck area. And he just painted the wall and the doorway with his blood. So he's at 3 wounds. Yeah, he's got 3 wounds. Yep.
Does he have the toughness edge or anything?
No, he's just still alive. Everyone's still alive at 3 wounds.
Are they?
Yeah, you got to take 4 wounds. 4 wounds is
the 4th wound that makes you incapacitated.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to do anything else? Like get up off the couch or anything like that? Dive for cover or anything?
Well, I'm already off the couch. I figured I was standing by the time he came in.
Yeah.
But no. I mean,
you don't take cover anywhere in the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna take cover behind his wife.
So you can run into the kitchen? I'm sure she fell to the ground. So probably she's a non-combatant. I'm sure she fell to the ground probably. So you gotta pick her up from the ground, and that'd probably be an action to pick her up from the ground and use her as a body.
I get to stand near her.
Okay, so you're gonna run into the kitchen and just stand near her. Okay, all right.
Lay of the land. What I'm looking at here,
you're in the living room, and there's a kitchen nearby, and you know how a lot of houses are, right? There's a living room nearby, and the living room when you enter into the living room, and then there's a kitchen nearby, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Where's the kids' room at?
Oh my God, that's where you're at now.
That's not where I'm at now, but he doesn't know
that. There's a hallway like connected to the living room, and down the hallway is like where the master bedroom and like the second bedroom, that kind of stuff.
Okay. No, I'm still gonna go behind the wife for now. If I survive another round, we'll see how this turns.
Okay, so you run into the kitchen. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm basically just relying on the fact that if he crit fails, he's gonna hit his wife. So.
Okay. So the innocent bystander rule. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So I think Spencer's going to go at this time.
Okay.
Hearing the shots and hearing the words, I think he's a little freaked out that things are going to go pretty bad here. He's going to cast his Entangle. Making a large burst template should get all of them, and also adding Strong and Fatigue to it. He's going to go all in on this, hoping to not kill all these security guards.
Okay.
So that would be...
Which power is this again? Sorry.
Entangle.
Okay, got it. So his entanglement is like where it controls gravity, and it's like holding them down. So, all right, cool.
Okay. This will be +2. It'll be 7 power points. And he's got +2 because he's got the Joker. It's not letting me make his roll.
It's weird. When you go to the power screen, it doesn't let you roll it from the power screen?
No, the icon changes to the hand, but it's not letting me actually roll it.
That's weird. Okay, well, I'll try it.
I can do one of the skills, but not a power.
That's weird. All right, I can do it, I guess.
I'll just make a power roll.
What do you mean a power roll? It wasn't let you said it wouldn't let you do it.
Roll. I was trying to roll.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can just roll it from there then. Sure.
Oh, nice. That's with the raise. So all those guys should be fatigued, and it will be a -4 for them to break out.
Oh, you paid for the fatigue?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sweet. Jeez. Okay.
Made it fatigued and strong, so it's going to be a -4 for them to. Well, they're bound and entangled, and they're all fatigued, and they're at a -2 to break out. In addition to that.
Oh my goodness. You need to teach Shaun how to play his character.
I just imagine this little kid's a little freaked out that shit's going really bad and everybody's going to get screwed up. Just kind of goes all in with this. And then he's going to run behind Arthur.
I'm going to have to give me a second to pull all these conditions. Did you hit all 10 of them?
Yeah, every single, with a large burst template, everyone should have gotten in it.
Just curious, how many PowerPoints does that take?
Tip 9.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Yeah, it took almost half of them, but that's what I'm thinking is he's just like, I could picture him panicking at this moment.
Yeah, it might be worth it, right, sometimes to do that. And with the NPCs, fatigue is pretty nasty. So, well, sorry, for extras, fatigue is pretty nasty. So.
And getting a second fatigue would, or gaining a second fatigue would, what, make them unconscious?
No, it's not like shaken, but I mean, it just a -1 is a lot for an NPC, like of their quality, right? So.
I do believe they could take 2 levels of fatigue. If they take a 3rd level of fatigue,
yeah,
it does make them incapacitated.
Yes,
oh,
fatigue is less than wounds, right?
Got it.
So, but just a -1 period is a lot for an NPC like that. Okay, all right. So back to Duncan.
I think at this point, Duncan's going to go on hold, kind of see what happens here.
Still going to keep pretending like he's not a part of this.
Yeah, he's not quite ready to show his hand and get busted by the security, but he's ready to help out.
Okay. All right. All right, cool. All right. And Charlie Fontaine. So he's no longer shaken. And so he's no longer shaken. But he's still got those wounds. And he's going to, of course, he's been equipped with, he's been ready for fighting you, the moment he arrived with his whole security team. So he's got his equipment and everything like that. And he moves like the 4 or 5 inches to in front of the hallway where his daughter is. And because he's learned at this point that you're actually willing to kill his family. And he's going to take a shot at you. So, with a laser rifle. You put him in a situation where he's afraid to use fully auto, but he is going to overcharge it. Oh, wait, they set your pieces just 1 inch apart, so that way it doesn't trigger against your parry. That wouldn't be good in your favor. Hit with a raise. That's 2 wounds.
Yep. I am gonna. It's vigor to soak, right?
Yeah, you just pick up the Benny and then just pick it up and put it over the soak. Or I think you have a button actually on your sheet actually to soak, I think.
Why did it? It's not. The wounds aren't applied yet, so it's not doing anything.
Oh, okay.
I can just roll vigor if you want, or you can apply them and then I can do it. Up to you.
Oh, we can always just pick up the.
What was that?
You can drop the Benny over vigor, and that's effectively a soak roll.
Oh,
Yep, that's what I was gonna do. That's fine. So also
yeah, I still have to manually pick it up, and move it though. That didn't work. That didn't do it right. Like damage? No, that didn't. I didn't do 5 damage. I did 20 damage. I didn't do right. Hold on. The 2 wounds and a shaking. 5 will soak 1 wound.
Yeah.
So, okay, for some reason it doesn't do it right when I try to do it that way. Okay, so that soaks it down to 1 wound. So, yeah. Yeah, for some reason when I try to pull that way, it works out better if you just go the combat tracker and you just pick up your Benny and carry it over to the soak. But yeah, that'll make it down to the
pending one. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right.
I can apply the wound if you want me to.
Yeah. So you'll just have to. I'll hit apply on this, and then
Okay, hold on, let me take this off.
and
Go
then
ahead.
you just apply this, and then you just take off 1 wound.
Yep.
All right. So you get hit by the laser blast, and you still take 1 wound, and you're shaken by the laser blast. And now it's the Dracotech Security's turn. And I'm thinking that. All right, so when we look at that power again, I think they have to try to get out with strength. I think or something.
Well, yeah, they're distracted and they're vulnerable. The only thing they can do is try and break free.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And they're at a -2 to do that because the strong modifier was on it.
Yep, and then they get a -1 also because of fatigue. So, which it'll automatically
And
apply that.
-2 from being distracted, so they're at -5 for the roll.
-5.
-2 from the distracted.
Oh, and then the.
-1 from the fatigue.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez, they're not gonna come on this
And,
probably.
1 success will take him to entangled. And 2 successes, they'll break free completely.
So they have to get a success with a raise to break free in 1 turn.
Yeah.
Hold on, repeat that last part again. 2 successes is what?
So they're bound and entangled. 1 success will drop it down to entangled. 2 successes.
Oh yeah, they have to go against each condition separately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Let's see if they do this. They don't have high enough strength to do this. Worth a damn. All right.
You know that one asshole is going to get an exploding die and roll like a 20.
So I'm just roll all 10 dice together because this is just difficult to do with otherwise. 1, 2, 3,
Makes
4,
sense to me.
5, 6.
Two people got a raise?
Yeah, they're the only 2 people that get to roll again. And they still didn't get it. So they're all still bound and entangled. So
Are these all extras or are these wild cards?
these are extras. No, I wouldn't throw 11 wild cards at you. So remember, you still have to get back to your ship. So get off this base. Yeah,
I got you.
Okay. All right. Okay, and Arthur, what do you do, Mister? I'm in full, like, powered armor.
How does this entangled psionic ability work? If I enter it, or if Arthur enters it, will it affect Arthur then?
No, it's already activated. Already
Okay.
happened. Yeah.
All right. Second question is teleportation to pseudoscience for this, for your world, your universe.
Did you pick the power already? Or
I did, but I mean, I can change it.
oh,
I meant to ask you about it.
yeah. You should really discuss these things with me in advance instead of like waiting till the time and then being like, bring it up at the moment.
I don't have to use it.
That's
something else.
Yeah, use something else. We should have talked about it in advance. So,
okay.
I gotta. Yeah.
All right. Arthur is going to. Can Arthur move between two guards diagonally or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, now if you move between two guards diagonally, yes, you can, but you'll. If you move out of their reach, though, you will trigger an attack on you.
Right.
But yeah,
But they're bound and entangled, which means all they can do is try and...
That's true, actually. Yeah, good point. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Well, he's
right now they can't do it to you. So
he's going to move there.
You could dance between them all, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Right, and then he is going to activate damage field, and he's going to bump it up with fatigue.
Oh my goodness! All right.
I'm not sure how I spend more to activate the fatigue.
Just manually tick them off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just do the fatigue.
There should be a button at the
your power
very
points.
bottom of the power where you could actually add it, but I don't know if that's going to mess with what's already on.
Yeah, if you want to, just spend the power points, and I'll click the fatigue on them.
Okay, but it's just a single PowerPoint to add the modifier of fatigue?
Well, I'd have to look at the power you have, but
It says
each power.
+2 next to it.
Well, then it's going to cost you 2 power points.
Okay, that's referring to the PowerPoints. Okay.
Yep.
So that's 6 PowerPoints, and he's doing it to all adjacent to him.
Okay. You going to leave the damage at the same, 2d4?
Yeah. He wasn't intending to do damage, but I guess it has to do damage. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh crap! I meant to look up.
What's the range on damage field?
It's immediately adjacent, but it can be extended.
Yeah, you can triple it.
Range +1 to +2. Or triple it for +2. Okay, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so if you went in the absolute center of that large burst template, you could literally hit everybody.
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize it was double or triple. 8. That would have to be my next turn, though.
No, you can do this turn. Just spend the power points and do it. Unless you already made the roll. No, you didn't make the roll yet.
I haven't. So
You wouldn't be able to hit the 2 furthest on the left from your current position, but everybody else you'd be able to hit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I will go ahead and do that.
If you have the power points, that is.
Well, I'm at full power points. So
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so just mark off the extra power points for that range. All right, now roll your weird science.
All right.
So what kind of device is this coming from?
I would assume, since this is an aura, essentially, it's some sort of like electrical field that's extending out. I don't know.
Is it
pulling
like something
0
maybe
point
like you
energy.
put on your chest or like on your arm or something like that, and you activate it
chest
maybe?
or back. Chest or back, I think.
Okay. All right, cool.
So here we go.
Awesome.
Or okay. Now that was my damage field. I don't have to roll weird science specifically. The trait.
I think that's only when you're creating.
That is a weird science roll.
Yeah, that is the weird science roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
All right. And so they will get the effect at the end of the affected character's turn. So
Right, my turn.
no, the affected character's turn.
Their character?
Yeah.
Okay. Including allies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, it's an aura, so it lasts for a duration.
Yeah, duration of 5, I think
Yeah.
it says.
So if you stand there each turn, they'll keep getting hit with it.
So next turn I could move into the center and then everyone would be getting hit. Okay.
Or you could just keep standing there and they'll just die. They'll wither away. So yeah, from fatigue. So
All right.
The fatigue modifier from powers cannot cause incapacitation.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, just read that.
Okay, thank you for finding that. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
That's kind of what I was going for, but this will help.
It's still -2 to everything.
Yeah, they're not likely to get up from the entanglement. So if
Right.
you just guys hit them with that. So all right. Charlie Fontaine got the highest initiative.
Technically speaking, I should still be on hold from the last round.
You were on hold? Oh. Okay. Then you want to act first? Then go ahead.
No, I don't want to act first. I still want to be on hold, though.
Okay, then we'll just put you on hold then. Okay. All right.
Being shaken, does that give me a penalty against like any of my defensive stuff?
Nope.
Okay, I
Nope, it
didn't
just
think
means
so.
you can't act.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna actually, yeah, we're good. Oh, actually, didn't I get 2 cards?
You have a 10 of diamonds and an 8 of clubs.
Okay, I guess then we're taking the.
All right, the GM is going to spend a beanie on that. Or his beanie. His last beanie. He had 3 because of the luck edge.
Yep.
And GM is going to spend another beanie. You want an epic, vengeful duel. You get it. All right. GM's going to spend another.
Change character off.
Spend those resources.
You basically asked for it. Ah! I'm re-rolling damage. My last Benny. GM's last Benny. Ah! Well, there you go. GM has no more bennies left. GM is out of bennies. All right. Now it is Spencer's turn. What does Spencer do?
It's a good question.
You want to think it over for a bit and we come back to you?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Go ahead. Put him on hold.
All right. Dracotech Security are going to desperately try to come out of shaking. It's basically just looking for a raise, eventually. 10. Oh, it automatically did it. Oh, because I rolled strength. So we got 0, 0, 0.
I think the highest we got was a 0.
Yep. Highest we got was a 0. Nope. That is a negative on there.
Back to Spencer real quick.
Yeah, you ready for Spencer?
I think so. Question though, his telekinesis ability.
Yeah, what about
move objects or creatures?
Yep.
Does that mean can I move more than one object at once?
I mean, no one's tried it yet, but I mean, as long as it falls within like D12 strength. So, Arthur, your mic's messing up again, I think. Yeah, it's your mic. Like the aliens are trying to contact us. Yeah, no one's tried it yet more than one object at once, but I mean, it all pretty much says is like strength of D12. So,
yeah, if that's the case, I think he's just going to use telekinesis and pull all the guns out of the security guards' hands.
Yeah, it says I can't really do any actions other than try to get out. So, I mean, I think that includes resisting rolls. So, I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Does that apply?
I think they'd still get an opportunity to resist it, but they are distracted and everything. So
yeah, they're gonna have a lot of penalties to it. So sure, let's go and roll it. What's the
first, right?
Does it have a template or anything like a burst template for like an example for that?
No, it doesn't. No. It just says telekinesis ability to move objects or creatures with arcane will.
Yeah, the only thing it says is smarts times 2 is the range, and then unwilling opponent resists the caster's arcane skill with an opposed.
It's got a PowerPoint. It's got a PowerPoint requirement of like what 5 or something. It's a pretty powerful ability.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna say that sure. I mean, they got sidearms, so you're basically gonna take their laser rifles, basically. So I mean, sure, they still have their laser pistols. So yeah, so you're gonna rip their laser rifles out of their hands. Sure.
Would it be too much to do the rifles and the pistols?
Yeah, that's stretching it. Let's do the laser rifle.
Just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
So 5 PowerPoints. Do the Sonics roll first, and then roll for the post strength roll.
Yeah, Sonics first. Yeah, Sonics.
It's a raise, so that'll be
9.
D12.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna fail at this, but yeah.
Yeah,
so it'll be like opposed strength, but yeah.
Yeah, and he's rolling at a D12, and also it says that if you wanted to bash these guns off the wall, they would suffer strength plus D6 damage. So if you wanted to rip them out of their hands and smash them against the wall, it would actually damage the. I just don't know if that would be safe to do with Arthur being there. I don't know if laser pistols explode when they're bashed against walls.
I mean, one of those things that like might happen if he gets like a 1 or something like that. You know.
But here's the comfort we have. Shane doesn't have any bennies to be able to make that happen unless you crit fail.
Why didn't it give me the minuses that time?
Well, it should be -2 because
yeah, I don't know why I didn't apply it that time though.
Distracted.
That's weird.
And his strength roll would have been a 9, so nobody made it.
No one made it. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, sweet, you did it. So you ripped their guns away, and I imagine pulling them towards Spencer. I guess probably away from them.
Yeah. Actually, I like. Is there anything that would lead Spencer to believe that they would blow up catastrophically if they got destroyed? Because if not, I do like smashing them against the wall.
Yeah, you can do that, sure. No, there's no reason to believe that would happen. No. I could spend GMB to do that, but like I don't have those. So no. So sure, you smash them against the wall and the weapons appear to be damaged.
Okay, cool. That'll be Spencer then. And actually, seeing that, I think Duncan will come off a hold here. And
Okay. Oh, sorry. All right.
he's going to run up behind these two and pull out their sidearms as well and throw them behind him.
Okay. So you're gonna grab one of them sidearm, rip it out.
I'd like to grab two of them if I can.
Oh yes. Oh yes. You can grab three of them. I mean, you got 3 actions. You can do in a turn. So.
Sure, I'll,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So. Okay. All right. So you kind of walk right here between these 3, and then just kind of. And
Yeah, as long
then
as
you
I'm
kind
not-
of step back so you're not in the damage field. So.
Exactly. That's as long as I
Yeah.
don't get into Arthur's damage field, I'm going to go for as many guns as I can.
All right, and then you just kind of throw them back behind you. All right, cool. So 7, 10, and 9 don't have weapons. All right, or at least ranged weapons. And back to Aston, who's now had his shaken status removed. What do? You're down by his wife now.
Yep. So he stepped
Okay.
away. I'm by his wife, which
He's down the hallway by his child, or trying to block the door to his child because now he doesn't know what you're willing to do.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
previously, he had thought you had like moral like limits.
Yeah, he
So-
underestimated his opponent. I'm just going to aim at him. 3-round burst. He'll do the fire on that.
So you're not gonna do what you were gonna do, like use his wife as a body, like a body.
Well, no, like I said, the whole part with that was to make it where he was afraid to go too crazy with it.
yeah, and it worked because
I
he didn't
don't-
use auto fire. He didn't use auto fire. So,
Yeah, I don't want her to die, but I don't care if she does. That's kind of where he's
Yeah.
at.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that 3-round burst. Hit with a raise.
And I have no beanies, by the way, to stop this.
Okay.
Okay, so you hit him, 3 shots to the chest, and then blam, he goes to the ground.
And then I don't know if you want me to do this in another turn or not. You call how you want to do it though. But basically, I'm gonna just say like, "This is for you, Levi." I'm gonna walk over and shoot him in the fucking head.
No, I want that to play out. I want that
Sure.
to play out in the scene. So,
Sure.
like, because if things play out differently outside, you may have to come back in and execute him because he's actually incapacitated by the rules. Like if
Oh no,
more
I'm executing him before I leave.
Okay, so all right, but anyway,
I can
so
wait till next turn to
Duncan
do that if you
did
want.
that, and then Arthur. Okay, so Arthur, what do? You just stay in the damage field? Do you walk over to his body though? With the rest of your move?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Arthur, what do you do?
Yeah, Arthur's going to maintain the damage field.
Do you stay where you are, or do you?
I guess since Duncan's running in to grab guns, Arthur's going to go ahead and stay where he is.
Okay. All right. Do you want to do anything like maybe attack anybody, or actually, oh crap! I forgot to do damage to these guys last turn. So they got the wounds. Let's pile the fatigue to them all. Actually, let's fatigue now. So they're at -6s, and because their action just finished, and they need to resist 2d4 damage. It's not gonna go over their toughness. All right, 2d4 is not a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So you gonna do anything besides just stand there?
Actually, that 4 ace though, so she should roll another.
Oh,
D4.
thank you for catching that. Yeah. So it's a good thing about 4s. It's the ace. Oh, okay. Oh, 5, 9. Okay. All right, here we go. 9, 13. Okay, so 16 does go over toughness. All right. So how many does it catch in this blast?
All of them except for the far left 2.
Far left 2, meaning which ones?
9.
Oh,
and
9 and 10. 9 and 10. So
Yeah.
that is 16, right? So that is 16. That is... Eight. I'm just gotta do this real quick. Yeah, that's 2 raises. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so what kind of damage is this field? Damage field. Like, what kind of damage does it do? Just curious. What kind of, how did you build this weird science? Is it radiation? Is it fire? Is it laser? What is it?
It's just like electrical, like electromagnetic, but probably primarily electrical. So,
So is it? So it's probably not even visual, right? So it's probably just
No.
like.
my thought is kind of using static electricity. So, you probably see it like dancing across them. Like, you don't see the actual aura, but when you enter it, then, you might see sparks like between fingers and that sort of thing.
makes you the center of a Tesla coil.
Yeah, but he's a human Tesla coil.
Pretty much.
So you're seeing maybe arcs occasionally between 2 people that seem to be nearby, or like hair raising on end. You're seeing a lot of convulsing, dancing of bodies. You're seeing their hands clench up, their toes curl up, their knees tighten up, and then as their bodies are there, though, like they're filled with so much, because you got to raise, they're filled with so much electricity that like a couple of the Dracotech guys start lighting on fire.
Oh.
So, because that's what happens when you take up so much electricity. So
This is true.
their armor starts going, so, yep.
I'm still fine tuning the technology.
So. So yeah, they're gone.
That affected all in his radius.
Oh yeah,
correct?
sorry, I didn't take off the damage off of. Yeah. Oh crap.
Yeah, if they're down,
Yeah.
then he will, I guess, deactivate his damage field.
Well,
Why didn't it incapacitate them? Oh yeah, so I should have. Sorry. There we go.
but 2 of them are still
Thank you.
up, Arthur.
I mean, my thought was they're being held by Spencer, but yes, I guess we could just finish the job.
And you were last on the initiative, right? Yeah. So next turn. And Duncan, you have first initiative.
I think at this point, Duncan's immediately regretting stepping up to be seen and get involved.
This is turning into a bloodbath now at this point.
Yeah, he was hoping to avoid bloodshed. So I think given that,
Wait, what did he think Aston was going to do to the guy inside the apartment?
well, I kind of figured that guy was dead. I was hoping to avoid a bunch of bloodshed in the streets with the whole security guard group.
Yeah, no, got you.
To me, that's a little bit different and a bit more public.
No, it's definitely public right here in this hallway. Like, it's only been like a matter of like 30 seconds or so. Like, it's only a matter of time before like a whole.
I want to play a hidden stash card.
Okay.
And I want to find in my pack. I've just conveniently brought like a helmet that's going to completely disguise or hide my face and appearance, so I'm not going to be noticed as much by anybody around here.
All right.
and just throw it.
Or maybe you just grab one of the Dracotech security helmets, right? Maybe you want to do that?
Sure, whatever it is, but I immediately see some bodies lighting on fire and just go, "Oh shit!" and just immediately try and like disguise my appearance, or at least make sure that my face doesn't get seen and recognized.
Yeah. So maybe you reach down and you're like, "Oh shit, let me put this Dracotech security helmet on. This one's a perfect fit." And then, like, the first one you try on, it like perfectly fits your head, right?
Okay, and then for my action...
Actually, no, that probably wouldn't be good, actually. Maybe you do just put on, like, a helmet that you have scrounged in your stash, because putting on a Dracotech security helmet would be bad for you. Because then it'd be like, why is that weird guy wearing a Dracotech helmet? So, yeah, you put on just a helmet or something like that, maybe, and it, like, disguises you. So.
And then, given that, I think I'll take out my stunner, and security guard 10, I'm going to take a shot at with my stunner.
Okay. All right.
Do a multi-action. Get them both. You got good...
Yeah, might as well. I mean,
They got good penalties on them.
Yeah, they're both vulnerable, so it'll be even roll, so...
Oh, don't forget that the stunner pistol gets the 3-round burst ability.
Oh, okay.
Because it fires 3 darts all at once.
And so how does that play out?
+1 to shooting, +1 to... Well, it doesn't get the +1 to damage, because it doesn't do damage, but yeah, it gets +1 to shooting. I'm just gonna say it affects them, because like all the penalties they have, I'm gonna... All right, so they're now stunned. Yeah, so it's not good for them at all. So now they're stunned, and yeah, they're down for the count. So yeah, and stunned is a nasty condition in this game. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
they slightly changed it recently, so it's not quite as bad, but it's still easily the worst condition.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
And then, given that, I'm just going to start booking it towards Spencer.
All right.
All right. With the security team out of the picture, pretty much, Arthur is going to go ahead and drop the damage field, and he is also going to head toward Spencer.
All right.
I guess as he does, he's going to call to Aston. Are you about done in there? We should probably be going.
You don't get any response on comm.
All right.
So,
what about Spencer?
Spencer has the teleport power. Is that a no for Spencer?
No.
This is Towns?
No.
Okay. He'll come up to Arthur and well, actually, I guess he'll go on hold. He's hopefully waiting for Aston to come out, teleport everybody away.
Okay.
And I think he would do that. He kind of call out to everybody, goes, "Get over here."
Is Charlie actually doing something on this turn?
Oh, he's
Oh, I was about to say,
incapacitated.
holy shit.
He's incapacitated.
So I got a I got a clarification question. Can you do the same action twice in one turn if it's on multiple people?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do then...
Let me give you an update of what's happening in that room real quick. So,
Sure.
So his wife is ducked down, hiding in the kitchen, screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Now that there's sort of like a, not gunfire, of course, echoing in your ears. You can hear his daughter whimpering in her room because now you're at the hallway to her room. And you see like blood gurgling out of his mouth, coming up from his throat. Because the impact pistol doesn't like cauterize wounds or whatever like a laser pistol does. And you can, like behind you can hear his like wife screaming and that kind of, but you hear her like looking for something or like moving around in the kitchen or like doing something back in there. You know what she's doing, but like because you're like zeroed in on your task.
Yep.
All right. What do you do?
All right. So I'm going to take 3 actions.
Okay.
All 3 of them are going to be dumping bullets. No, I'm joking. So the first one is I'm going to put a bullet in his.
You cut out. You're putting a bullet in his effing what?
Fucking head.
Okay.
So put it in his head. I can roll for it if you want me to, but I'm going to do that as my first action.
No.
So any of the
it's not necessary.
negating. Okay. So that's the one that would negate for my calculating. I would negate the rolls for that. So I'm going to roll everything else.
Well, it's considered an action. It's still considered an action for penalties, but yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like normally I would get a +2 bonus for my first action. I'm going to go ahead and just say I use it on that. So I shoot him. He's dead. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heal myself with the heal psionic ability.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to heal myself.
Okay.
Whether it lets me or not will be up to the die. Why do I have a -5?
Well, because multi-action penalties and wounds.
Oh, multi-action is a 4. Holy shit.
Because if you're taking 3 actions.
Yeah. I didn't realize it'd be the 4. I thought it was 3 for some reason, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I fail that. And then the third thing would be going to his wife and attempting to heal her. But given the penalties, it probably isn't going to happen. But I'll roll it anyways because that's the intent.
All right, so when you go over to her, by the time you get there, you see she's looking around and searching for something in the kitchen, but she kind of stops what she's doing by the time you get there, and she's just kind of like cowering away from you. So
I want to try to heal you if you'll allow me. If not, I will.
she doesn't try to let you. Like she's trying to get away from you.
Yeah, well, she's gonna not get healed either. So then I will leave. And as I walk out the door, kind of look to see the chaos down the hallway, and then see everybody in their little huddle. And then tell them, grab some of this armor. We need to try to blend and get off this hellhole.
Spencer would yell, I'll get us out of here.
And Aston's holding his shoulder. And you can clearly see blood on his shirt. But he doesn't say anything about it.
Are you guys aware that Spencer could teleport?
I think he's done it one time only.
Yeah.
The teleport's really short range, though, isn't it?
It's 100 feet, I think. Isn't it?
24 yards.
You can double or triple it as well. The range, that is.
There's
Yeah,
one
maybe
character. There's one character that didn't get affected by the stunner or the damage field.
Oh.
I
So
thought the
There's one
two that
security
were
guard.
still up were the ones he stunned.
Oh, did you stun twice?
Intended to.
Oh, okay, got you. All right, then it's gone.
Yeah, it was supposed to
He's
be on
gone
9
too.
and 10 were stunned.
Got
yeah.
it. Okay, got it. Okay.
Just all the viscera everywhere.
No shots were fired except for the stunner pistol.
Mm.
In the hallway.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
triple the range. You could do up to 36 inches, so almost 100 yards away. Get us out of the immediate vicinity.
Yeah, my suggestion would still be we should try to put on some of the clothes that aren't burned.
Yeah,
Not bad.
someone spin a beanie, and then you could say that some of the equipment is salvageable, and then you could.
Yeah, why
yeah,
not?
you can-
I got spoiled by a Joker. I'll spend the Benny and say it's salvageable.
Okay, then Spencer's running forward to grab equipment.
All right.
You'd see Aston nursing his arm, but he's still trying to put on the equipment.
Arthur wants to keep the armor, so he's going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys put on this. I'm assuming you guys are gonna have to do it in a hurry. So make agility rolls for me. If you don't do it in a hurry, the guards are gonna show up. So make agility rolls for me.
Arthur, you gonna try to heal me before I do this shit?
Sure.
If you do an agility roll, then the time's gonna run out because a healing roll takes 10 minutes. So
Oh, that's true.
yeah,
Does it?
Uh,
Well, what about if
it's like
doesn't
5 or 10
Spencer-
minutes. It's like minutes to do it.
Doesn't
healing
Spencer
roll.
have the power to do it?
Yeah, if Spencer
Yeah,
heals
yeah.
you with the power, yeah, it's different. But yeah.
Yeah, Spencer does, but I think at this point, getting
Okay,
the
I'm rolling
sky
a penalty.
is important.
We're
As long
good. Yep, I agree.
it's not fatal.
No, we're good. We're
Well,
all right. Oh wait, well, I still got the multi-action penalty selected. It didn't reset that.
Yeah.
So that should actually just be with a raise. Or it should be with
okay,
two
so
raises.
Aston got it. Spencer got it. Duncan got it. Okay, all right. So you guys get your armor on really quickly. Slap on the helmets and stuff like that, and try to cloak yourselves really good. And all right. And so I'm assuming you guys just run back to your ship. Is that the plan?
I think we're gonna teleport the first leg of the race and then walk the rest. I don't know.
Need to see here real quick. See if he's got enough PowerPoints left. Yeah, he can do that.
That's the plan that you already said he had, so I'm good with that.
All right. So you guys teleport like 25 to 75 yards. Now how many power points you use?
Yeah, he'd use enough to go up
72 yards.
about 75 yards.
Okay. All right. And then you guys are gonna walk the rest of the way, basically. All right. All right. So you guys teleport away.
Purpose. So we're moving, but not running.
Okay. All right. All right. So you guys arrive back at your ship, but you do not get in it. You guys arrive back at your ship and are approaching your ship, and that's where we'll end the session. So,
Oh, that does not sound good.
They give Shane a whole week to plan out what he's gonna throw at us.
yeah, man, because I'm just thinking about like the ramifications of it and what's going to be next session. So,
What corporation owned the Shiv? Or was that
no
not a
corporation. No corporation.
Okay. I was
Was
just
a-
wondering what insignia would be on this power armor, assuming Arthur didn't remove it.
There is no insignia on it.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Doesn't have any like.
Well,
medical
it's
symbol or
got the for the corporation that built it, like for the company that built it, right? Like you know how like an AK or whatever we'll say like Kalashnikov,
Right.
So for example, somewhere on it like a branding, it's got that on it. So, but it might have like it probably has just like a first responder unit or something like that. FRU,
Right, or cross or something.
like FRU, yeah, number like 36 or something like that, or blah blah. So, yeah,
Got it.
but it definitely doesn't look like a Dracotech one. So,
Right.
yeah. So, okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here. I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We'll leave you guys in suspense about what happens next session, right? So, what were you gonna say, Phillip?
I can't change Spencer's PowerPoints, but he is at 0.
Well, if you have any bennies tonight, you might want to use them to boost his PowerPoints. So
Sure.
I mean, that's what they're for.
So that puts him at 15.
Yeah, so that's what they're for. So
if you want to reset his PowerPoints, since I can't.
Oh, okay.
How many PowerPoints are restored with a Benny? I don't remember.
It's 5.
5.
Okay. So Arthur will also spend some to get back up.
I like the old way where you just got 1d6 back. You had to go with the dice roll. So.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
And then if I can add one thing that I was thinking before we do this, when we were moving back, I would stand behind Arthur, almost like we're escorting a prisoner. Would be my idea of how we're walking with him. Seems how he's the only one not in Dracotech, and we are all dressed like security. So almost like we're moving behind him, like we're
escorting a guy in powered armor.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, escorting as in like he's under arrest type escort.
Okay. All right. It might be more believable if you took him out of the powered armor, but
yeah, but we don't have that luxury right now, so I'm working with what I got.
Yeah.
It'd be difficult to move it too with nobody in it.
Yeah.
On the way to the ship, Spencer would heal Aston then. After we got out of the immediate harm.
Okay. Well, then you better do it now. So, because we're beginning the next session at the ship. So go ahead and do it now.
That'll do.
Spend the PowerPoints.
That'll be 2. If you'll take away 3 PowerPoints, so leave them at 12.
All right. Okie dokie.
Thank you, sir.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here. So, pretty crazy session. I swear, you're gonna teach Spencer how to play his character. Jeez.
Dude, that power move was so sick.
That was pretty awesome.
So, all right. So we're gonna sign off here. We'll be back next week. So, all right.
See ya.
Good night, everyone.